What's up, ladies and gentlemen? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Gen X? What's up, Dark? Yeah, I'm here. Uh, you can say that, I guess. Still really fucking hurts. What's that, Dark? That's good. That's real good, Dark. You want to come pick these out, babe? Want to come pick these out? Yeah, the alarm went off a long time ago.
I didn't do the thing go off for you.
Mm-mm. What's up, Temper? Um, it's still a bit rough. Still a bit rough, my friend. That's crazy dark. Wish I could have helped you, man. What's up, Jersey? Yeah, one round at a time. I just hope the rounds go by quick. That's what I'm hoping for. I got to get back to fucking work. Like last week. What's up, Mission? What's up, Wanda? I'm just hoping for the rounds to go by quick. No, that's good. You're not fired, bro. It's been rough. It's been a rough mission. It's definitely been rough. What the fuck is this? It just starts fucking playing random Boudreaux.
You'll be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I wish I could say I'm only gonna miss another week or two. I wish I could say that, but that's not the case. Sure, Drew. Yeah, yeah. Right on. You better get that in writing. I'm just kidding, Drew. If someone don't get up here on panel with me, this is gonna be a real short stream. Dark got some good news. He's actually getting his shot, so that's good.
Yeah.
Told him wish I could have helped him, but I'm kind of in the same boat.
Yeah.
The ones in the little pan or the ones with onions in it?
It just came out of the oven. So what exactly is this shot for, Dark? I know you told me before, but I forgot. I'm a piece of shit, I guess. Not a very good memory, I guess. The shit going down in Israel and shit right now is kind of crazy too, huh? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Luna? What's up, Temper?
Can you hear me? What's going on, my boy?
Yes, sir. Just chilling, man.
I hear that. I hear that. I hear that. Had a good day. Had a good day.
Could have been worse.
Hmm.
So I won't complain too much, you know.
Well, in this case, almost doesn't count, eh?
Yeah, almost don't count, you know. Only in horseshoes and hand grenades. And since I'm not playing horseshoes and I don't have any hand grenades, because
Nah.
you know.
Yeah. It's all good though. You
Yeah,
still a little
yeah,
pain. Well, I said I wasn't gonna come up because I was actually setting up my live stream. So yeah, it's getting into that aspect of things. So I was kind of in studio all evening doing test runs.
yeah.
And yeah, time just passed on by. I had a good old friend come on by, help me. So yeah, it's a nice little crash course session. And I saw the notification pop up. I said, let me just see what my boy is saying. Let me see what's up.
I came out here to just shoot shit, really, I guess. Catch up, you know.
All right, well, no time like the present. Man,
Yeah,
you ever had one of those conversations with someone that you never thought you would have been having? Like thoughts that were buried way deep down and you just end up bringing them all over a
yep.
course of time? Man, I had one of the craziest conversations and it was someone from way around the world. It's like, wow. And it was only a test run. It's a good thing we weren't live. We had to keep checking to see, like, are we live to make sure?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, when you do your live, you're gonna have to let me know. You have to hit me up on WhatsApp. You know what I mean? Let me know ahead of time.
yeah, that's the thing they was teaching me about. Um, sending the StreamYard link and the banners and just giving me a little crash course and what it is to be on live and the amount of things you have to do and the things you have to be aware of and didn't know it was that much, bro. Didn't know it was that much.
Yeah, it's some work, especially if you want to do a halfway decent stream. You know.
Yeah, bearing in mind the things you wanna you know present on your platform and the type of principle you want to run your platform with. So bearing those things in mind, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a good feeling, though. It's a good feeling.
Yeah, it is. It is. Especially once you start getting the following, and people look forward to seeing your face, and you know.
Yeah, that's another thing too. I don't plan on cracking too much people land, so
Oh well, we're gonna blow you up, bro. We're gonna blow you up, bro.
uh yeah, just doing a lot of groundwork and um a lot of planning, a lot of thinking. I'm in that process right now. But so far so good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just keep a positive outlook and just remember it's your channel. Do with it what you want to do with it, and because you're gonna have people coming at you in every direction, telling you what you should do and how you should run shit, and it gets crazy sometimes. But just stay you, bro, and you'll be good, man.
Yeah, I'm along that lines because I'm not a negative person in life, so certain toxic energies I'm really really not about. So I
Yeah.
don't plan on being a messy person because mess is not my style. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. So it's just a lot of groundwork, and once I get that forward, get that, mentally down pack, then you know what? I'll be ready. It's all about, what I want to present right now. Grounds in which I want to present. Yeah, that's the stage I'm at right now.
Yeah, that's a good way to keep it, you know. Somebody once told me, they said, if you make it a year on YouTube, you're a veteran. So, you know, even live streams is not a joke. It's definitely not for the faint of heart.
No, definitely not. But I could be calling your phone a lot, so you better be prepared. You better be prepared.
I got you, bro. I got you, bro. 100%, man.
hmm
I got you, bro.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up.
I got you. That means something to me. When I say I got you, that means I got you.
I appreciate the love, bro. I appreciate the love. Appreciate.
Man. I appreciate the love back, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just a nobody in the grand scheme of things, you know what I mean? And for as many of you guys that have so much respect and care for me, you know, it's very humbling, very humbling. So I give back when I can and however I can, you know. So besides, you're a cool ass dude. So what, man? I'm gonna support a channel. Might as well support a cool ass channel, you know.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing about what I love about this reality right now, because I feel as though we don't give our roses to those who deserve them when they deserve it. It's almost like at a funeral. Everybody has that oh, he was such a nice person and we did this and we did that, but deep down you don't know the person. Deep down, why you didn't tell this person that when they were here. Like those type of things, I give them to you while I can see you, while I can talk to you, while you could appreciate them. That's the type of reality I live in. And seeing you for the person you are, G2K, I mean, it is what it is, brother. The world need more people like you. To be honest, world need more people like me. I ain't gonna sell myself short and not neither. So,
Yeah, I wouldn't either, man.
the more we
Like,
pull together,
yeah, you've opened up a lot of windows for me. You know what I mean?
and that's what it's all about, bro.
A lot of different people from different aspects of life. You know?
That's what it's all about, bro. Different
Oh yeah.
minds. Like I tell you, I was basically talking to someone from the other side of the world, and some of the things we was able to, talk about. It was kind of funny, but at the same time, it was kind of weird. Like, we both were saying that we're on opposite sides of the world. There is only one sun. So how is it my sun rises in the east, sets in the west, but at the same time, when my sun sets, your morning is beginning. You're
Yeah.
telling me your sun sets in the west as well. So I'm like, no, little small things like that is like, now come on now.
Yeah.
So
It can make
it's
you question
amazing.
things,
Yeah.
for
And it's
real.
amazing to know that some of the things that you may be thinking on this side of the world, someone is thinking the exact same thought.
Yeah.
So it was kind of interesting just connecting, on that type of level.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
And
Like,
that's the type of community I would like to build.
well, you keep that in mind. You keep that thought in mind, and you'll be good, Temper. Like I said, this community, we got you, bro. We got you.
Yeah, man, there's no doubt, there's no doubt. Well, it ain't no fair comment on panel, so. But that's the type of atmosphere I love, though. Because when you look at it, G2K, outside of this community and outside of content creating, even within our lives, we like to, meet new people, have, conversations in which we could expand our horizons, broaden our networks, and why
Yeah.
not why not bring the same feature to YouTube and network with others. You'll be surprised to know who some of the people are in your chat, the
Yeah.
positions they hold in society, the roles they play. You'll be surprised to know, and that's real. You really really would
Oh yeah.
sometimes. we could have millionaires passing through our chats, bro. Someone who could really, do a blessing, someone who could really uplift the situation, make a lot of progress. But
Yeah.
with the wrong attitude, with the wrong perception, we could miss a whole lot just feeding into the negative.
Yep. Yep. And I've been kind of, I've had some things go through my head this last couple of days, you know? So,
Okay, that's what's up.
I'm alive, Cheddar Bob. I'm alive, Cheddar Bob.
Yeah, if anyone's saying anything to me, sorry, I can't see the chat.
I'll let
But
you know, man.
yeah. Hello
I
there,
got
everyone. But yeah, though, that's the type of mind frame I have, though.
That's a good one. You know, I mean, it's just, it's so easy. It's so easy to fall into the negative in the bullshit on YouTube. It's so simple.
Yeah, it
Like,
really,
like,
really is.
yeah, like you'll get pulled into it without even having anything to do with it. And you're like, what the fuck just happened?
hmm Well, that's something me and my friend actually sit down. Trust me, it was like a 4 or 5 hour conversation. It was only supposed to be like a 30-minute crash course test within the test studio, but we ended up speaking for like 4 or 5 hours. So,
Welcome to the
um,
StreamYard world for sure.
and the first thing I told him, I was like, well, I would maybe want to do some like maybe 15-minute lives, just present my points. And they were like, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. They were like, Tempo, when you start, it's gonna just time is
Yep.
gonna fly. So
And
it
it,
was
and it does. And it does. Like it's so simple before you know it, you're 6, 8, 10, 12, 18, 24, 28 hours deep into a live stream, you know what I mean? So
Hmm?
yeah, it's crazy. Hi Megan.
Hey Megan, what's up? Yeah, it really is. And then, even as the owner of the platform or the content creator itself yourself, it's so much power you wield.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I got just over 2,000 subscribers, and it's I'm not bragging, but I'm not complaining either. You know what I mean? That's not a lot of subscribers, but that's not a little amount of subscribers. And like my biggest thing is I don't want to let you guys down, dude. That's my thing. You know?
Well, not to be the pulling things out of the movie, but they say with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what they say about G2K? I fucking hate responsibility.
But on a serious note, you know what that means? So that means, like, think about it. Out of all these people on earth right now, which you probably got billions, you have 2,000 people that actually respect you and look up to you, man. Like, that's still a lot,
Yeah,
because,
a lot.
you got some people who work on jobs for years and they don't even have a friend. They can't even get a
Yeah,
true friend on that job.
yeah,
But here it is, based on characteristics and manners and respect and, being honest and truthful. You actually got, 2,000 people that look up to you, 2,000 people that hear you, 2,000 people that take time out of their lives to see
yeah.
what's up with G2K.
Yeah, you know, I've said that on here so many times. I'm like, just the fact that so many people take time out of their life to spend with me. Like, there's a million other places they could be spending their time. You know what I mean? And they choose to spend it with me, and that's something that I'll always be thankful for. And to be honest, like, just kind of almost flabbergasted. Like, yeah, please. Like, I never thought. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just weird, you know?
But you know what that old gospel chorus say, or the gospel hymn say, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Yes.
So believe it or not, the good things you do, the fight you fight, or the energy you bring, well, everyone has an underdog in them, believe it or not. And sometimes what you do, what you say, how you say it, it energizes. And if you have the energy that draws, then like I say, being a content creator, you wield a lot of power. So
Yeah.
when people gravitate to you, it really is a good thing, especially when you dealing with positive matters, like the
Yeah.
one you want now. A lot of people love the fact that hey, there is someone standing, putting a stop to it.
Trying.
Yeah, man.
Trying. You know,
Trust
it's not a.
you an algorithm. You an algorithm, bro.
It's crazy to think. It's honestly crazy to think. You know. And I'm not trying to sound whatever, but like I busted my ass to get the 2,000 subscribers I've got. You know what I mean? Like I've literally busted my ass. I've been at this for 3 years, dude. I've seen channels come in one day they've got 10 subscribers, and then boom, they've got 6,000. I'm like, what the? 2 months later, they're at 4,000. I'm like, what the? How the hell? I just keep on chugging along, man. That's all I'm doing. You know, I'm just doing. I'm sticking to what I said I was going to do, and why I started doing this shit. So.
Mm-hmm.
I know I can get a little off course, but we all need to get off course every once in a while, you know?
Yeah, it's just about it's like you say, based on that's what you say 3 years, 2 years is what 730 odd days. We got more 1,065 odd days, but it's all about consistency.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all about consistency, and whether you believe it or not, I have some trees in my yard that are so massive that I have to look at them and say this massive tree was once a small nut or a small seed. It was a baby maybe 50 odd years ago, but consistency, time, effort. Now we have a massive tree. So just a matter of time, bro. Just a matter of time, you know.
Yep. And it'll grow at the pace it's going to grow. And like, I'm all good with that. I'm not, I'm not.
Yeah, what for you, for you. That's the thing about it. What for you, for you. No matter how many people rush ahead of you and you see them grab their package, just remember there's a package with G2K's name on it. Ain't nobody could grab that. Especially
Yeah.
designed for you. So that's how life run. That's why the race is not for the swiftest, those who could endure. So once you could endure and you push in a positive cause, bro, there's a reward for every trying, man. Trust me. Once you trying, there's a blessing.
Oh, yeah.
I firmly believe you get back what you put out. So you say 2,000, you don't deserve it. To heck you don't. I'm very big on cutting through bullshit. And if I don't like you, I will let you know by not turning up, if you know what I mean. Like, I'll watch you and go, yeah, no, not worth my time. The fact, as I say to the people I support you because I can and because I want to, not because I have to.
Right. And that's all I want from anybody. You know, I want people to want to be here. I don't want people to feel like they're obligated, that they're like obligated to buy memberships. I don't want anybody feeling like that. And like that's not what I want people to be here that want to be here.
Exactly. And if you don't want to be here, that's all right. Don't ruin it for those who want to be here by trolling or being a prick. I'm not saying any of your chat do that, G2, but I have been on some where you get the trolls, you warn them once, maybe twice if you're nice, and then boot them, and then they're saying, well, I didn't do anything. No, you came in to cause trouble, to bring it down and ruin it for everyone else. I'm not in for that shit. And you know, I love you and support you because I can. It's not, hey, I'll throw $300 to G2 to make myself look good. It's like, no, hey, I got it spare. G2 needs it. Have at it, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you came in quite a few times and saved my ass like no other, you know.
Well, like I said, if you need help, let me know. I'm supposed to be saving, and I am, but let me know. And I mean that. Again, I'm not saying that just to big note myself. You know where I am.
Yeah, I get it. I appreciate that. I appreciate that because I mean, with the way shit's going, I'm gonna need some more fucking. I'm gonna need some help, man. And like,
So you let me know when, bro.
This is not what I'm doing this for. You know what I mean? I'm not like doing this to get it.
No, you're not doing it to beg for whatever. But your arm's in a sling. My arm's been in a sling. I know what it's like. I know the discomfort and the pain of having to sleep in those effing things. I get it.
Yeah.
And if I can help, or even if, as I said, you want to bitch and moan to me, if you can type, I don't know what you type like at the moment, where I am,
Absolutely.
And
Jersey and I was having this exact same conversation earlier today. So, it's crazy.
Yeah. And the thing is, I just forgot the train of thought. Sorry, it just derailed itself. Let me get it back on the track. I would do this for anyone that I cared for. People say, I only do it for this one or this one. No, I actually do it for a lot. And
yeah, I've seen you help out. I've seen you help out numerous people.
And the fact that, in March, when that anniversary came up, the first person that said to me, if you need anything, let me know, was your good self. Now, again, that's just a shitty time of the year, but you were Harley and Scotto were the first three. Like, text, not that I did, because I hate burdening other people, but, just to know that was there when I was in the hole, as I usually am. That meant so much to me, and that's what I'm saying. When you put good out like that, I am going to support you.
I just spent so much of my life being stuck in that hole with nobody there to fucking help me up, and I figured and to figure out on my own how to get my ass up out of it. And I've done. You know what? Like, I'm tired. I'm fucking tired of doing it on my own. And I'm, I'm actually turning over a new leaf, and like I'm putting myself first, and I'm saying, you know what? I just need some fucking help right now, man. Like.
And there's no shame in admitting that.
No, there's not.
Me, 15, 20 years ago, would rather have been in the hole than admit that. But since
I would have gladly stayed in the hole.
I would have been in the hole and been like, keep digging me in, And the thing is, when I had my massive breakdown after Dad died, it's like, you know what? No, I've just spent 42 years of my life in the hole. I'm done. I'm good.
Yeah,
I've been in the hole for that time. Not for me anymore, like you said.
I got so many people telling me, I deserve all of it, and deserve all of it and more and all this shit. And it's like, you know what? I'm actually taking, I'm actually accepting, yeah, I deserve it. I fucking deserve it. What? Not me being braggadocious or fucking cocky. I deserve it. I can see that. And I'm good with that.
Like, I didn't deserve to be in the hole. I didn't go into the hole voluntarily. But you best believe, as I said, 42 years of putting everyone else first.
Yeah.
Because being told if you didn't, you were selfish or self-centered. It's like, well, no, hang on. I need a time out here to put myself first. And if I don't want to work on the weekend, I'm not going to, because it'll be there on Monday. That's fine. I'll get to it on Monday, unless it's something urgent that needs to be done and only a couple of hours, Or if I want to have a day offline and a day to myself to calm the noise, that's cool. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it took 42. Like, I'm still undoing the 42-year mindset of, oh, that's so wrong. Oh, you need to be busy. It's like, maybe, but I'm not being busy today.
Yeah. And I'm at a point now, it's like, I should have been doing that 20 fucking years ago. I wouldn't be so beat up.
Probably 25 years ago too. But it's interesting that you've got your arm in a sling, and I know when I had my arm in a sling, it forced me to do it. I didn't want to do it, but because it was my right arm and I'm right-handed, I had to slow down. you know, and it was interesting. And I remember looking at the sling and my arm in the sling going, would I be slowing down this much if it wasn't my hair, you know, my right hand, my right arm in a sling, and then did this shoulder? And it's like, you know, I'm actually not enjoying being in pain, but enjoying the time to slow down, I think.
Yeah. Like, and I'm having a fucking extremely hard time with it. Like I'm not used to slowing down. I'm just used to fucking doing 180,
You're going,
yeah. You know, and that's just how I do shit. And like, this has really slowed me down. And then add my back into it. Like, this has really slowed my ass down. And I got to see that shit.
But do you see that as I mean, okay, you're in copious amounts of pain. I'm not saying the pain is a good thing, but the slowing down and taking stock do you see that as a bad thing?
I see it both ways. I see it both as a positive and a negative because I'm not used to, like, I'm used to getting shit done. Like,
yeah,
I mean, like I gave my wife, my son, and my daughter my word 4.5 years, well, 5 years ago now, that we would never be fucking homeless again. And I've not let off the fucking gas pedal since then. Yeah. And I don't break my word for nobody for any reason.
No, like, not voluntarily.
The way I don't follow through with my word is if God himself steps in and says it's not happening, bud.
Yeah, he's put some brakes on and said, "Not today, mate. Not today."
Yeah,
mate.
you know.
Yeah.
So I look at it both as a positive and a negative. You know, it's not. It's just not me.
Yeah, there are days when you will see it as a distinct negative, but yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
How are you feeling? How are you feeling with it aside from pain?
I'm struggling. I'm struggling with it. Like, I just know what the foreseeable future is, and like, it's gonna be fucking rough as fuck, man. And I don't know, like, there's nothing I can do to change it. I could try to rush it and heal myself even faster, but it's called radical acceptance. You know what I mean? Like, I got to accept the shit for what it is, and like, this is the way it is. Yeah, it's gonna be rough, but it's gonna be rough. But I'll be here at the end of the day. I hope.
And you know, and as Drew said, I think it was last night or the night before, we got your back. So don't feel, I know you feel obligated and you're letting us down, which is bullshit. I know that, like, train of thought. You've got, I would hate to see you this close to the end of it and do as I do, trip and fall again and bust it again and go straight back to square one.
Oh yeah, like I'm already noticing now, like, I got something going on with my left shoulder. Like, it's not good, you know. So I mean, it's like I know what the foreseeable future is, and it's just gonna be fucking rough. But
well, like Drew said, like I'm saying to you now, like Tempest said, we got you, dude.
I know,
and I know, and you're like me, that you don't like to ask for help. But as my nephew would tell you, sometimes, princess, you got to suck it up. Okay, his words, not mine. You know, out of the mouth of a 5-year-old who should know better. Yeah, and as I said,
I'm trying to get better at actually asking people for help when I need it, because that's just something I've never done that in my life. You know what I mean? Like,
neither have I.
If I needed help, I figured it the fuck out. I went and did it.
And I still choke with occasionally, depending who I'm asking for help. I will still choke on the words "I need help," not because I'm too proud. It's like that breaking down of that pride, like you said, you have to ask, and you hate asking it, but you have to ask, you know. And yeah. Sorry, Temper, I'm taking over the conversation. So I just haven't seen him for a while, so my apologies for taking over.
Megan the Menace.
I'm damn proud of it, sir. You say menace like it's a bad thing. That was a bad
you know,
right there.
You know I love your energy, sis. You know I love your energy.
I know, I love you too. It's good to hear your voice.
All right, but well, I mean, I listened to you, and before I interrupted or tried to say anything, I just, I read the room, I read where you was coming from, and it puts me right back to what I was telling you earlier, G2K, about, you feeling some type of way of maybe letting down everyone. Bro, right now, this the season to reaping your rewards, bro. Remember now, you said you've been putting time into this, and 3 years or however amount of years you've been doing this. I mean, you had people watching you, bro, and if they wasn't feeling you, like Megan say, if she ain't feeling you, she wouldn't even be in here.
Yeah.
So you have to understand too that you know this is what your community is here for. Don't think they don't feel for you, because if they've gravitated to you this much, bro, they love you, they feel for you. So if they
Yeah.
see, even if you try to hide it, if they sense it,
I will. If you hide it, I will call you out on your bullshit, both of you. Just so you know, chat, be on guard.
see
I
what I
call out
mean?
the bullshit.
See what I mean? So even if you try to hide it, the only thing I look at it as a negative and a positive. But my negative is this: if bro don't take it easy and chill out and allow himself to come back, he could damage himself.
That's what I'm saying.
The
I was
pos-
What's
this.
the money?
the positive part is, well, you want to write a new book, bro,
I was going to say
and
exactly that. Voice
and
to text on your phone will help you do that. I was about to say that, Temper.
no, not
Yes.
even, not even that, Megan. He could always find a way to get around that, but
Oh,
that
he can,
that
but I'm saying if all else fails, voice to text is some of the funniest stuff I've read because it hears the accent one way and I'm saying one thing and it deciphers it's
yeah.
another thing. And you get a laugh out of it, if nothing else. But yes,
Yeah.
that's true. You could be writing your book or at least thinking about the book.
Right, it he may can't do a lot of movement, but the mental part, the meditation part, to sit down, and maybe this sometime, you could have some of the best thoughts at this time. So I look at it as a positive and a negative. Like Megan just told you, you have a community that has your back. You don't have to do everything on social media. I sure you have everyone's contact, everyone has your contact. And
And
Well,
don't be afraid.
not everyone, but yeah.
your real ones, they have your contact, so
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to admit not that you need help, but that you're spiraling. By that I mean you start thinking that you're back at the bottom when you might be halfway down, if that makes sense. Because one thing I did when I start to spiral and my anxiety plays up and the PTSD and all of that is I start thinking it's worse than it is. Like it's making things worse than it is. Now, you might be having a bad day because, your arm's killing you and everything's going wrong. But what I'm saying, talk to somebody before it gets bigger in your head than it actually is, if that makes sense.
No,
that's what he
it
that's
makes
what he
perfect.
has a community for.
Sorry, Temper. One thing my psychiatrist said is your brain will always make it out to be worse than it is because that's a self-defense mechanism and a self-preservation mechanism. Don't always believe what your brain's telling you.
And at the end of the
Easy money, because this is not the only stream that I'm on, and that is actually my Seahawks tag name. Is that a problem for you?
Just saying.
Yeah, and even in this season, bro, I could be honest with you. I mean, I understand when it comes to, and there's something you have to understand too, Megan, even though I know you do. I mean, even as a man, certain things, we just don't do. That's how we build. Um, but certain things we just wouldn't do, and I even more so wouldn't do it on social media because, as positive as the platform is be, like you still don't want to give people nothing, do you know? And
Yeah, that's true. Nothing to pick.
it's all about preserving yourself as well, you know, because when you standing for something and you really got your foot on the door, stopping it from closing, or you got a foot on the neck,
Good point.
you
Yeah.
know, yeah, people is use any little thing to, you know, try bring down your credibility, or you know, because and I know G2K didn't get some attacks. I've heard about some, so bearing all these things in mind, you know,
Yeah, that's
certain
a good
things we
point.
just wouldn't do, you know.
Yeah, that's a good point. Be selective, I
Yes,
guess.
be very selective. And you know, that's something I always looked at with, even when I before I even think about the content creating thing, I would just look at chats, and I would know that
Read the room. Yeah.
chats fuel a lot of the fire as well. Chats really push the ego of the content creator, whether
Good.
good or bad, you know.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And that's why I keep saying to G2, he's got my email, and if he wants to unload and doesn't, as he said, want to do it online, he can unload on me, and I'll just tell him to read between the lines. No, I kid. I would only tell that to James Ottawa.
Hmm.
It's not a picture book. No, I kid. That's a good point. Yeah, you've got to read the room and just feel the
Yeah, because
know the chat and know the people. That's a very good point, Temper.
I'm the answer, and I fucking suck at reading the room.
Oh, I'm getting better, but I usually just let fly and then go, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that, because that's just inflamed the drama. Yeah.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, I always look at that aspect of things because it's very important, you know, because you will have people come through, drop inflammatory comments, you know, things that disrupt the chat, and you know, and for some content creators who run a sloppy platform, well, this is where you get to hear, what did someone said this about me? How they could say this about me? Now it's just a weird comment, but it gets you to react.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what makes them a troll. They don't care about the room. They're just wanting to inflame it so the drama start. Yes.
Right. So, and the thing on how I view a lot of things, G2K may have like, or I wouldn't even use them. I may have, let's say, 1,500 subscribers, just example. But do you think I know all 1,500 of my subscribers personally? No, I
No,
don't.
no.
It might it might be 10 out of them that actually made it through my barrier of trust to get close enough to me that, you know, may have my number, or they may have my personal email address, or may personally reach out to me, but it ain't gonna be all 1,500, because just like how 85% of the world is followers, 10% of the world is inventors, and the other 5 is the one who already made it. That's just how it is within this. So some
Yeah,
people
no,
some
that's
people
a
watch
great
and some
point.
people participate.
Yeah, and I think I'm getting better at reading a room, but it also depends on what mood I'm in. Like if I'm tired and looking for a fight, you know, and there's times where I know I'll say to myself, Temper, I'm not going to engage with G2K because I'm in a bad mood, and then G2 will say hello to me, and I'll fly at him, you know, completely misinterpreting what he's
Yeah.
you know, he's just being himself and being nice, saying hello, and then I'll
Do you drink coffee, Megan?
yes, I have to, because
Well, when you feel like that, you better go have a big cup of espresso.
a triple or quadruple shot, or don't even talk to me. I just had one, in case you can't tell, and I'm drinking Coca-Cola. Never a good.
All right. Yeah, but that's another thing people do though. I don't come to YouTube looking to with emotion.
No.
I leave that emotion at home. That's just how I feel about it personally. Yeah,
And
because
and I know if I'm having a bad day or I'm not feeling well, that's a day I won't go online, even if I see G2 or yourself or whoever. It's just like, I'm not feeling good, and I don't want to I don't want to bring anything down, which people say, oh,
Yeah.
you don't, just come and sit and chat. You're not bringing us down. But it's like, you know what? I'm probably going to start shit that I don't want to start, or you don't want to have start. So it's like, you know what? I'm just going to have a day off. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, shoot. I get days. I think I'm like that in the morning. I'm not a morning person. Like I'm really not. I'm
Late
not
at
a
night.
morning
Late
person.
at night. Like, if I'm past my bedtime, and that sounds stupid, but I actually have a sleep routine with my insomnia. If I'm past about 11 o'clock at night, which I don't do that often, I did a couple of nights ago.
No easy money. There's no 7G.
Yeah, I start getting really ratty because I can't have coffee or a Coke because I'll be up all night. So yeah, it's when I'm like, good night, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
You in Australia, right? You're Aussie, right?
Yep,
So I forget you in the future as well.
I am. It is 4:25 Sunday evening here. Yep.
Wow. So you was one of them. I was having a conversation with. So it's basically the same thing. We both trying to figure out, are we seeing the same sun?
We probably are. Where are you, Temper? That accent sounds Caribbean or Caribbean, is it?
Right on the money.
Okay, so where in the Caribbean are you?
Do 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 do.
G2, he's singing the Jeopardy theme song to me. Oh, God bless you, sir. That reminds me, I need to play my daily Jeopardy game on my phone. Thank you for reminding me that.
Bahamas.
Oh, nice. Okay, so actually, you wouldn't be. Actually, I don't think you're that far behind.
Far enough to be a whole day. Yeah, that's far.
Right. Okay. Oh, Bahamas. Sorry.
You a whole day ahead of me.
For some reason, I'm thinking Madagascar, and I'm like, that is not the Bahamas. That's off the coast of Africa, you fool. I'm female. I'm not supposed to know geography.
So, that's weird. I was still something weird to think about though. But I kind of understand based on if I was to draw a line straight up the middle of the globe, based on where Australia is down in the corner.
I'm on the east. Well, the east side. I'm not the east coast, but I'm on the east side of Australia.
So it's like, we're on the same trajectory watching the sun, but it's like my sun going east to west. Your sun is just on that same trajectory. So when my sun goes down, your sun is coming up.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know why I got the Bahamas and Madagascar confused, Tampa. I am deeply ashamed.
You probably were just watching that cartoon.
I do watch Penguins of Madagascar. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. That's embarrassing that I got Madagascar off the west coast of Africa confused with the Bahamas. I'm just, yeah.
That's a big one. That's a big one. But look how we didn't come and take over G2K platform though. We cost the mind going on Avatar.
It's all good. That's what it's for. I got to do.
Oh, goodness. I am deeply ashamed and slightly embarrassed at myself for that, Tampa. I'm never going to be able to talk to you again, sir, without the great Madagascar debacle of 2025.
Oh, well, wouldn't even worry about it.
Well, if Ottawa was here, you probably wouldn't have lived down with me. Yeah, you still in my good books.
I got more shit on Ottawa than he will ever have on me, my friend. And I had documents. Yeah, you think I don't take receipts on Ottawa? You don't know me. James is good. James is good value in small doses with alcohol.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like I tell bro, we got a good thing going here, man. He got a good thing going. And who knows where he'll be in another 4 or 5 months, 5, 6 months, you know. All the plant need is water. That's all it needs. Water.
Well,
Water and the right ingredients, the right amount of sunlight. You'll be surprised to see what you could do, bro. You'll be surprised. Sometimes it's good to take a little break as well. I know you probably wouldn't have given yourself one, but hey, sometimes things has come to put things to the test, you know?
yeah. Yeah. It's true.
You wanted to know if you have some real people around you? Well, what a better opportunity to find out.
Right.
So, yeah, that's how I see life, bro. You may not understand the transition, but if you sit down and let the smoke clear, yeah, you'll see just why things has happened. Yes, that's the only way to know. Everything got to stand the test of time, even friendship, even close bonds. Love has to stand the test of time, else is not worthy. So, yeah, man, you in good hands, bro. I could see it. You in good hands.
Yeah, I got some good people around here.
I just gonna say, where did Megan go? Is Megan okay? All right.
No, no, I don't know where she. She usually sits back for me.
I hope I didn't run Megan. Oh Lord, Megan, if I ran you, I'm so sorry.
I'm sure she'll be right back.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. I was in the middle of saying I was about to jump down, but no, I am not. No, I thought I was clicking off my avatar and I shut the thing down. That was clever. Yeah.
Well, where's the rest of the fine people in the chat? I feeling kind of talkative. I don't really feel too talkative. I'm more like a mind. I'm more like a thinker. Some of these
Yeah.
I was
beautiful,
going to say Drew just went live.
where some of these beautiful mods at.
Oh, Easy's rapping Informer. Keep going, Easy. I haven't heard that for ages. That's such a great song.
Well, when it comes to your songs, I could be honest with you. I remember when I had to do some wild water, some we call it white water rafting. Yeah, because you know that's something we don't really have over here. I used to work for a company, and they had an outlet, you know, in the U.S. and they launched a business over in my country, and you know, as one of their trainers, they hired me, trained me in it, but then to give me that real experience, they took me up to, you know, their what they call the mother company, and it was a nice outfit, but for the first time, that's where I learned like country songs, and I heard country songs for the first time, and realized the shit I used to see on movie. People really just do that, sit on the porch with the dog and play banjo and smoke pipe, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this. I'm like, whoa, and it's like everything was like on slow for me. I was like, what the hell? And I had 6 weeks of being up here, and I'm like, oh my goodness, everyone talking with a country slang. And this was the type of outfit where only certain workers sleep on the grounds, but everyone who has their vehicle, they would go to their home and they would come back to work in the morning. And I'm like, okay, so this was my time and period where I had to learn about, you know, that's why I don't really jump on panel when you're doing karaoke, because I don't know what the hell are some of them songs. I never heard them. That's the first time I learned about some of these songs, and That was the first time I learned about the bowl and all. Never heard of a bowl. It's like, what the hell? Real talk.
G2 will give you the educations on these things, right, G2?
Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you, bro.
Don't worry, he's got to.
See, a
So-
ball is when you're just kicking back with one or two of your friends, maybe your wife, and you're just chillaxing, You bring out the bong age when you really want to get the party fucking going, and you really want to knock people out. You really want to get it going, you get some dabs, and you get your fucking dabber bong, and you're just a whole process to go through.
Okay, see, now I needed subtitles for that because I love GTK, but I got no idea what he's talking about. Sorry, G2, no offense intended.
Yeah.
Now, if you're talking about smoking blunts, now that's a whole different ballgame. Like,
That's what I'm talking about. All day, all night, Miss Mary Ann. That's what I'm talking about.
It's just, hell yeah. That sweet beat, oh baby.
I'm telling you. But one thing I learned a lot of games up there. I learned a game called Ultimate Frisbee.
Yes, I have played that.
Yep.
I have really lost teeth playing
Oh.
that game.
Oh my goodness, I got an injury and all playing that. Then the weirdest thing I learned about some music called Sector 9, which I was so zoned in one day. I stepped into the room where the guys was blazing, and I heard them listening to this music, and it just came on, and y'all might laugh at this, but I don't find it too funny. I sit down for like 15 to 20 minutes just waiting for someone to say something on this song. And there was no words, just strictly music. And I'm like, hey, what the hell is I listening to? They say, what do you mean? I say, well, I've been sitting here all this time and I hear no words yet. They were like, that's why you here? I said, you really think I would sit down and listen to this? I'm listening to hear the music. They said,
I would voluntarily sit down and listen to this for 15 minutes with no words, just me. What?
But I'm trying to figure out, like, because, it wasn't one straight beat. It was like keep switching. So I'm thinking, okay, I don't know this type of music. I don't know the style. I don't know how it's gonna start. So let me just hear it because I came out of my room and I hear it, and I'm like, okay, sounds interesting. Let me see what.
Kind of like when you get the 15-minute guitar riffs with original Led Zeppelin, Jimmy Page playing guitar. Like, I could listen to that man play guitar for hours. But
so I had no idea listening to someone play just guitar for hours was a hobby.
You've not heard Led Zeppelin from the 60s and 70s, have you, my dear?
No.
Listen to Stairway to Heaven, the original, and you will hear it for 20 minutes. Kashmir by Led Zeppelin, 15 minutes.
Oh wow! See, I don't know. See, I know rap, I know reggae, I know roots and culture. Rock and roll. I may hear one or two songs if they were popular on a soundtrack on a movie.
Yeah. I was born in 76, so I came in on the back end of Led Zeppelin when they were good. But I didn't start listening to the old school Led Zeppelin and the Who.
See that?
Till I was probably in my 30s. Oh, what have you got there, good sir? A little medicinal pain relief?
Just burning the bowl with my wife,
Oh, as you do. Yes, easy. Led Zeppelin. Led Zepp, absolutely easy. Kashmir is probably my favorite Led Zeppelin song. Although, hey, if you put it on easy, I will listen to it any day of the week. I don't really mind. Immigrant Song is another one of theirs I love.
My dad wants that played at his funeral.
Hey?
My dad wants that song played at his funeral.
I think the closest I come to the type of era.
Easy knows about Led Zeppelin. Yes, when the
Like
levee breaks.
my dad's like, I want you to play that song at my funeral, and when the Vikings get up and they say, "Ah!" He's like, I want.
Which one's that? The Immigrant Song?
I'm like, oh yeah.
It's a great song. Yeah.
Well, for me, I think the closest I come to any of those type of songs is maybe Eye of the Tiger. I kind of like that.
The Tiger is not Led Zeppelin. That's Survivor.
No, I know. I ain't saying it is. I say the closest I'll probably come to that type of music. I mean, I meant to say probably.
Type of music. I thought you're getting confused with Survivor, Eye of the Tiger, and Led Zeppelin, Kashmir.
No. I mean that type of music. Eye of the Tiger. I probably stop right there. Ain't too much.
Before I really confuse myself with Led Zeppelin and Survivor, I'm just going to stop.
No, See, I don't know nothing about Led Zeppelin, so I don't know what their style
you
of
need an
music.
education, my friend.
It's
So,
okay. Take or leave them.
Depends,
maybe.
again, it depends on what mood I'm in.
Well, like I said, I grew up listening more to like Tupac. Like that was my thing. Tupac.
Yeah.
Like that dude was a lyrical prophet, and I don't care what anybody fucking says. There's shit he was writing about in 1990, in the 1990s that's happening today, and it's like gone way too soon, man.
Well, was Tupac in the 42 Club or the 37 Club? You know, those.
It was 26. He was 25 when he
the
died.
27 Club was he? Yeah, he was.
No, he was 25 when he died.
25, 26.
Yeah. I knew he was very young when he died. Yeah, that's right.
So that's even when it comes to sports, I could tell you, I grew up watching certain sports like maybe basketball, football, but after certain disconnections, I just stopped watching it. Like when Michael Jordan stopped playing, I gave up on. Like I stopped watching basketball. Like it didn't even interest me no more.
When the Seattle Supersonics were stolen from Seattle in 2008, I promised myself I would never watch basketball again in any form till Seattle came back, and I haven't. I have refused to watch basketball.
You remember the championship where the Houston Rockets won when Hakeem Olajuwon was playing?
I loved him back in the day.
And when they won, he just stood up like he was in a trance.
Yes, I remember that.
Well, that was the last championship I really watched. To be honest with you, to show you that's how my love for basketball just fade away. It's like it was there.
As I said, my brother and I in the early 90s and with Jordan were huge fans of the NBA, and he was a Bulls fan and I was a Supersonic fan. But when the Sonics were taken from Seattle in 2008, I said, no.
What did they become? What did they become? Because I know a lot of
Oklahoma,
the Seahawks or something. And it was Seahawks is hockey. It was a couple of teams that changed. The Charlotte Hornets.
Temper, listen. The Seahawks are football, as you can see by that 12 there, and here.
No, I didn't really mean it. I didn't really mean to say that.
Temper. The Kraken are hockey. They've only come in the last 3 years.
No. No, we've been cracking since the 90s, girl. Come on now.
No, I don't want you. Well, pull your pants up so I don't have to see you cracking.
Not that kind of crack. I mean, like.
Sorry about that. And the Supersonics were Seattle's basketball team that got moved to Oklahoma in 2008.
Okay.
But yeah, that Seattle 12 and the one on my phone is because I love the Seahawks.
The Charlotte Hornets, their team was changed too. That's what I was really thinking about when I said all of that. Their team was changed as well.
Yeah, the Hornets.
Hornets. I remember the Hornets. They had the turquoise.
Yeah.
The turquoise. I think my brother had a Hornets.
And I think that was the team that Muggsy Bogues played on as well.
I
Dude,
think you could be. Oh, this is Temper.
come on.
This is the Kraken. This is the Kraken logo, the S with
Okay.
the I, and that's actually from Seattle's first hockey team, which was the Metropolitans, which were the first non-Canadian team to win the Stanley Cup in 1922.
Wow. And you stand strong on that.
That's right. I was one of the first international members of the Squid Squad. I love my Squids.
So my
Okay.
favorite basketball team is the Boston Celtics, but my favorite basketball player of all time comes off of the Charlotte Hornets, and you just mentioned him, Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy
Muggsy Bogues?
Bogues. Yeah, Muggsy was
5
awesome.
foot fucking two, and he won the slam dunk, and he won the slam dunk contest. What else can you say? Against Jordan, Bird, I mean, all these top. Muggsy Bogues is the greatest basketball player of all time. I don't give a fuck what
Oh,
anybody
you're
says.
going to say Muggsy over Jordan, though? Ooh.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm not a Jordan fan. I'm not a Jordan fan.
I could take him or leave him. I mean, I worry being a sneakerhead. We had the Air Jordans and whatnot, but as I said, once Seattle was taken from Seattle in 2008, I've got plenty of other sport to watch, so I don't miss it. I might flick over just to have a look, but I won't sit down and watch a full game.
I think they added a few teams. They added a few states as well, right? Because was New Orleans ever in the NBA? I never remember there being a New Orleans. No, but now we are New Orleans Pelicans.
I don't recall, as I said, since 2008, Kemper, that probably have been.
Yeah, that's why I say it's too much. It's too much changes, and one of the greatest thing what really turned me off is the fact that I've heard even legend NBA stars say this, that what we're looking at as basketball now is to them is punk basketball.
Yes, I had a conversation with a friend of mine who loved basketball back in the day, and he said the same thing. Players twist a big toe and they're suddenly out for 6 weeks.
Yeah, even the way the game is played, like it doesn't have that rhythm to me anymore. Like you could see basically, if you could understand the playbook and understand what they're doing on the court, you could basically see what they're trying to do. And within all of that, all the awards and these different, like how many, like the record for 3-pointers and all of that, like back in the time when I was watching basketball, these awards never existed. Like all these accolades, they were not present. So the mere fact that people would compare, like how they say, oh, LeBron better than Jordan, or Kobe and Jordan, and I'm like you really can't compare, like, because we talking old school to new. Like I don't see the comparison. I really don't.
That's a good point. As I said, I stopped watching it
Right.
years ago because you'd watch the players like play on broken ankles and okay, maybe not broken ankles, but they'd hurt themselves. They'd bounce back up and continue on.
Example, Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing, Jordan,
He played with injuries.
Larry Bird, I remember, did something to his ankle and he got up and shot a record game or something.
Exactly.
Where now, if you look at LeBron James sideways, he's out for 12 weeks because he looked dead.
And he loves to leave the game when they're down. When he doesn't have his way, like he throws temper tantrums.
Oh, that drives me. Like my nephew watches that and thinks that's the way to behave. He's 5 turning 6, and then when we tell him no, he points to the television and said, "But he did it."
Mm-hmm.
My answer to that is he shouldn't have, because he's an adult and knows better.
And another aspect I've seen too, like. I remember many games I've watched back in the day. Some of the shots, what I'm seeing now, what they would call like blooper shots or whatever. I've seen back in the days.
Judge shots, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen way better, you know, clutch time
They,
shots, and you know, when I
what
look at the essence of the game, you know, it was way more
what
quality
annoys
back
me
then.
about basketball now is it's all about the money. Now, I don't mind that it's about the money, but you're not getting the quality of product. Meaning,
No.
you pay Michael Jordan $100 million, say, for example, and you know you will get great basketball. You pay LeBron James $200 million and you get shit. How is that a good return on $200 million? You know, it's not.
First of all, we shouldn't be fitting that bill for a 200 million. No person is worth 200 million
No,
fucking
that's
dollars.
what I'm saying. That's exactly right. You play. I can think of 200 million ways to spend $200 million. That means more than paying some overrated basketballer.
Yeah,
You know.
and with that being said, like you're getting paid $220 million. I don't give a fuck if you got your fucking leg cut off, you're fucking missing your left hand. Get out there and fucking you're getting paid all this money to ride the bench. No, we got all kinds of bench workers we want. Like
Yeah,
it's like football.
100%.
But football, you can't even hit. Like I remember watching people. Dude, I think it was Ronnie Lott, dude. Like ran like a fucking 65-yard touchdown with a fucking broken leg.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You know, you look back, like I've been a Seahawks fan since 2010, but you look at back, you know, them playing back in the day in 76, those first few years of the expansion team, you look at the pads they're wearing compared to the pads they wear now. The fact they were doing full contact drills at training camp. Now they're not allowed to be touched at training camp. Yeah, I'm with you, G2. It drives me nuts.
Well, they have so much cushion to fall on nowadays as, you know, players. You know, that's why it's so easy for them to just cop out. You know, every little cop out is a payoff, you know.
Drives me nuts. But G2, I do have to drop down, darling. As I said, you know where I am. Tampa, always a pleasure, good sir.
All right, Megan. Nice talking to you.
Yeah, but I'm with you, G2. It's like you've got 27 baby mamas you have to pay child support to. That's a you problem. Don't make it my team's problem. That's all I'm saying.
For real.
All right. You look after yourself, G2. Tampa, likewise. Easy. Pleasure talking to you, sir. I'm glad you like Led Zeppelin. I'm not the only person here who knows who Led Zeppelin are and like them as much as you do. Easy. Take care. Dark. Farewell.
Hi, Megan. Peace out.
Take care, guys. Talk soon.
Bye, Megan.
All right, boo. Yeah.
So, Easy Money had a suggestion. He said, since you really don't know about Led Zeppelin, and that's like a really rare thing that people don't really know who Led Zeppelin is. You should do a reaction. You should do a reaction video to listen to Led Zeppelin for the first time.
That's a good one. That would be a pure reaction. I might just say some things. But honestly, what type of music is it? Is it like rock and roll or what? Because you got some people who sing some weird music now.
My wife will show you. It's like 50 styles every color.
Okay.
I guess I don't even explain it.
Do 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 do.
Hey, we don't rush great people that. Just anyone.
Like I was listening to some music. I don't know on who channel it was. I don't know if it was Niels Wolf, but I was listening to some music song like I swear to God, this music sound like something you would hear with the fucking mummy. Like, you know, remember the Indiana Jones? emo tab or like Gully Ma Shakti Day sometime. That was some well, I was like, what the fuck? This music? I mean, and he was all you could hear this. I was like, hold on now. What this? Bro, I swear I was getting put in the trance. I was like, hold on. What is this I'm listening to? But then I have to respect it because I mean I've never heard it before. Nothing wrong with it, but I'm like, this is a frequency.
Yeah. So this is Led Zeppelin right here. This is probably one of their more favorite songs. Okay.
Okay, that's some good bumping music. Well, that's some good bumping music.
Yeah. So you really should do a reaction video to it.
All right, that's some good bumping music. Led Zeppelin, Zeppelin.
Yep.
Okay, that's a good one. I'll give that one a try. Led Zeppelin. Okay. Oh, but I know all the songs may not be good, but I'll give it a shot.
Well, that's why you should give a honest reaction. You really do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, you'll go viral. I'm telling you, you'll go viral. Listen to Pink Floyd. And yeah, get in there. Let's do Led Zeppelin. Okay, we're gonna change the whole entire direction of your channel. Okay, Pepper.
Like I say, teamwork make the dream work, bro. One man can't think of it all.
We like to think it.
Yeah.
We like to
Right.
think we can. I mean, we know we
Right.
can't. Like to think we can.
Those, what you just say?
Those wingsuit guys go the hardest, highest death rate too. Like those guys are fucking nuts. They have a suit. They have a death wish. And they're just itching to scratch it. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. You know what he's talking about? What the wingsuits are? Pepper?
No, I'm trying to look at the writing is so fine on this phone. I'm not even in front of the TV. So, what are you saying?
Wingsuit? WINGSUIT. Wingsuit.
Uh huh.
Just type in wingsuit video.
Oh, okay.
These guys got balls bigger than fucking all of us put together. Telling you right now.
Wingsuit. I got the highest. There, right. What? Yeah, I like to look at those type of things, especially in other countries and stuff. I even name was Shift to more than nothing, but where I was looking at some stuff. You see the shorts I was making today? Like I was looking at some things. Oh, you got some crazy people in this world, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you may think these little freaks on YouTube, what is we doing this little stupidness, bro? You got some real Freddy Krueger, Jason type people in this world, bro. Jeepers Creepers is a joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's something I was looking at. Like it's like I tired of seeing the same old thing. You know, it always some crooked police officer, some weird lawyer, some weird government worker, some weird pastor who come forward. Oh, I remember her saying this, but you didn't say something? Some weird neighbor, some weird friend, and it always the same old, same old. I'm like, you know something? I said, bro, the law really need to step this shit up, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always the same old cracks in the story. Like how the hell you could put your daughter to sleep, and then all of a sudden you check back on her, she gone? Like, who you telling that to, bro? I putting the cuffs on you, and just me slamming them cuffs on you, you go piss up yourself and tell me that you go wait 6 hours to report your child missing. Like, what's so important about the 6 hours? It's like, is there no one that literally fine tooth some of these situations and realize it's a major league bullshit going on? That's some of the things that cross my mind. Like, why y'all playing with us?
Monsters exist in this world.
Real
Monsters.
talk, bro.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy. Little
And,
kids just
and it
growing up
could be anyone. That's the
Yeah.
sad part. Anyone.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the sad part. Temper.
Yeah, I listened to like 3 or 4 cases today, and I'm like, the same. You could like literally hear the loophole in the mother's story. You could literally see the loophole in the story. Each one had a big, consistent crack, and I'm like, okay, is it only me, or am I getting the same feedback over and over and over and over? I'm like, come on now. I'm satisfied that the person who did it is behind bars, but the people who have knowledge of the crime is what I'm not satisfied with. What happened to them?
Yeah,
The,
it's
yeah, the neighbors who heard it, the pastor who knew, um, the friend who saw them putting the clothes in the bag, meeting with this one, like what happened to their punishment?
they get a slap on the hand to get you right back into society. Temper.
That's see, and that's where I have a lot of that's where my issues stand because um if you are accessory or an accomplice or something, whether it's red room or anything else like that, bro, you could get the time. So what happens when you have foreknowledge of a crime? Isn't that called acting in concert?
Um, don't call it that, but yeah.
On my side of the line, once you have foreknowledge of the crime and you did not report this crime or you did nothing to help prevent this crime, it's like you have foreknowledge of this crime. So if you're not interconnected, you're still going to be charged all together, and it's still going to be a charge that hey, y'all was acting in concert, or everyone was in the same lot.
Yeah,
Like
it's fucked
yeah,
up.
that's how I know the law really is different when it's come to my side and your side, because there's no way as a neighbor you could hear this and hear that, see this, see that. Um, at the end of the day, you may not get no yes, but you will get some type of charge put on you, whether it's in negligence or failing to do your duty. Well, something's coming your way. You just ain't gonna get a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, but if you get caught with a little bit of drugs, you can lose your life.
You see that, right?
Oh yeah, my brother-in-law doing fucking 26 or 36 years in federal prison right now for drug trafficking, and the guy that got sentenced right before him was in federal prison for his fifth time on distribution, receiving, and production of child pornography. He got 5 years. My brother-in-law got 26 or 36 years fixed. Like he's not getting out for 26 to 36 years.
And they want to say justice has been served. No,
Yeah,
it hasn't.
yeah,
It really, really hasn't. And that's the thing that I wonder about, when it comes to the corporate funding of these jail cells and the requirement, and when I look at the amount of money they make just off incarcerations alone, You know, it's a bonus and a win-win for everyone. You know.
60% of the people that are in there to begin with shouldn't even be in prison to begin with.
Okay.
Like out of that 60%, like there's there, there's just far worse people that are out there that like should be in prison. Not just it's just hard for me. Like why the fuck do people crack down on drugs so hard when like these pedophiles are walking the fucking street after getting caught with 100,000 images of children, prepubescent and toddler and like these stages of life? What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, those are the guys that should be in prison. Those are the people that should be in prison, not somebody who likes to get high. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So it makes you, because it really makes you wonder, where does the true interest lie?
Yeah.
Because no matter how you look at it, if they die, that's still a win for them. If they do something weird, that's still a win for them because they're still going to go to jail. For conviction rate for some lawyer, it's going to go up. So it's still like a win-win. So no matter how you spin the wheel, no matter how you try to pull out a cog, it's like there's still a flywheel left. Like there's still movement. It's going to keep on going. But the thing is, what I look at, I have to challenge the corruption because based on the fruit, I know which tree it come from. So when I start to do my deep dives on my lives now, I could be questioning a lot of things because these corporations aren't funded on air. These corporations are represented by someone.
Yeah.
And based on law, US Department of Health Service, they should be receiving records as to where this money is actually being spent. We got so much poor people on the street. We can't say it's on the poor. Based on what I've seen, you want to send millions of dollars to animals for sex changes or for sex changes and all of that. So definitely the money ain't going where it's supposed to be. So I have to question some things. I have to put some things in the air because the people need to know.
Yeah. Like for real. Like there's questions and like we have the right to know them. We have the
Yes,
right
we
to
do. And to be honest with you, if under government contracts and programs, you're going to lease grants and have these things to be located to community-based events with sponsors and people who actually have programs that are ready, that are launched, meeting these incentives. Why are these community-based event sponsors, like how your platform said, why are you getting a fight? Why are you not recognized? As simple as you wanted to get into the court, why are you getting denied? Like, this is something I really question, because if it's granted and if certain states are already registered and there is already governmental leader put in place to allocate these things, like, why is it such a fight?
It's because those that are in positions of power that make the rules participate in these crimes. So they're not going to make the penalty for these crimes that harsh in case they get busted. So, I mean, if you're in a position of power where you're going to make up the penalties for crimes and you participate in this crime, you're not going to make it so you lose your life. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You get a slap on the head and get it right back into society.
And these are things we noticing, and they thinking by distracting us all the time with the plans and what they're going to do and what they're doing, but at the meantime, the numbers are still increasing.
Yeah.
So telling me this and telling me that is still whack, because at the end of the day, the numbers are increasing.
Yep. They're definitely not going. They're definitely not going in the direction we want them to go.
No, I was just
They're going
looking at. I was just looking at
they're
something.
getting out of control at an alarming rate.
Very alarming.
Like
Very
2,000
alarming.
children a day. 2,000 children a day go missing in the United States. 2,000 children go missing every day in the United States. What?
So we talking between the hours. I mean, even as weird as some cases may be, anytime I see children go missing directly out the house, miss, without the house being broken into, no falls, no entry. It's only the parent. I looking at the parent. I don't care. I looking at the parent. Your child can't walk out the house just like that. So I looking at a lot of hours, or maybe between after school and in the night, in the evening time. So for them to, for this type of thing to be happening, 2,000 a day, a day. What type of quota is this? Is this a quota?
Yeah.
Like, that's sad.
Yeah, it's horribly sad.
One from here, one from there, one from over there, and to add up to this type of number, like, this is sad. But you know what? I know what really hit me hard when I watched that video you did on Awareness Monday, where they was talking about the 764 group.
Yeah.
When I look at the way their tentacles are already stretched and embedded within America culture or wherever they are, because I mean they're definitely in the US as well. When I look at their aims, when I look at the fact that they have recruits, and when I look at some of the, like this case I was looking at with this happened in May or April, I think, Kaylani Latigue or Fatigue or something like that. And it was her father that actually, unalived her.
Yeah.
And looking at this dude and the way that he did it, I mean, they said it was very hard to process the crime scene. Fingers missing, head almost off, and I'm like, and this is supposed to be her father do this to her? So I'm starting to think along the lines like, people, maybe they don't look at it the way I look at it, but when I look at these type of people and the fact that, even though it might be their child or not, I look at the fact that when they commit these crimes, who am I not to say if these people aren't a part of the system, the 764 group? They said they have children recruits, they have adult recruits, and they're out doing their bidding. And I start to think, and sorry to drop all this like this, but it really makes me wonder, like, how long are you going to play in our faces?
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. Like, I get it.
And that's what really starting to bother me, because, children out there, they ain't asked to come in this world. We don't choose our parents, bro. And to have someone snatch your child up off the street and just, they disappear. Like, to me, that, for a line of CCTV, that still would strike me as, like, how does that happen? How does that happen? Except someone negotiates, someone plans, someone is in collusion. Like, I just don't see a child getting snatched off the street like that, bro. I mean, it does happen, but a lot of CCTV, like, I just don't see certain things happening. So that's what makes my mind go that, hey, it way deeper than we think.
28 out of every 100 kidnappings are random stranger abductions. Just gone. 28. I mean, that's not a whole book. That's still a lot. 28 out of 100. That's a little over 25%.
Yeah.
So it does happen. I mean, I get what you're saying. You know, most times they should be looking at the parents, but there are those times that you know what the parents actually didn't have shit to do with it,
You're right.
and if it would have been handled differently by the police and detectives, probably would have found the kid better.
Hmm. Well, that's one. I ain't gonna be. I ain't, That's probably the last thing I say before I drop down. But that's why I feel as though it's very important. You know what you bring to the table. It's very important that a lot of people see the need for it because, believe it or not, you'll be surprised to know how many people looking for this type of positive encouragement or outlet, someplace they could actually come and, feel relaxed, feel at home. So, yeah, it's all about that magic, that energy. And as long as you could bring that, bro, as if you build it, they will come. And that's the team type energy I on. I know
Yeah.
people for, the positive in life. And although YouTube has its way, that's all I want to bring to the table. Some positive energy, open panel
Yeah,
discussions and,
yeah, for sure.
yeah, bro, but it was good. It was good being on panel with you. It was good sharing the moments. Enjoy the time.
You too, brother.
All right, take care, bro.
You too, man. And dark. That actually just gave me an idea for a motherfucking poem. Maybe even an Awareness Monday topic. There's a reason why I've been leaving that up there, Dark. Already got my wheels cranking. It's attached to my body. Dot. It's attached to my body. It's not feeling very good. Still all wrapped up. I still got almost 2 weeks to go before I can even take it out of the splint. At this point in time, yeah, you're right. What comment hit hard, Dark? Your comment that you said most monsters are human. Yeah, it hit hard. I hope so, Doc. It's not seeming to at this point in time, but I think I'm actually going to start taking some time to get some merchant shit set up too, man. When I'm down like this, what you're doing? Like merch and shit. Oh yeah. What about it? You do with me? Why? Yeah. Perfect time. Yeah, I was thinking about going over there and touching that. No, I'll still be 2 weeks before I get to take the splint off to look at it. He's probably going to want to, I don't know, but it's 6 to 8 week recovery, then 5 months of physical therapy after that. Up to 5 months of physical therapy to be back at regular strength. I'm more of a 3rd of July kind of guy, I'm more of a July 3rd kind of guy. Yeah, it's a long road for sure, but I'm not LOLing. What do you mean? They celebrate my birthday there? Cool. What did that say? Up one more. Shit's getting crazy. Well, the president said don't build nukes. If you build nukes, this is what's going to happen. Guess what? They attempted to build nukes, so that is what happened. Just saying. On the 3rd? Cool. Well, just know when you're partying there this year on the beach, just know you're celebrating my birthday. Fuck around, find out. Get down. Just because I just LOL'd doesn't mean I was LOLing at the time I said I'm not LOLing. LOL. -ing. Fuck yeah, Dark. I like the attitude. Fuck around, find out. Mess around, Dark, and I'll come and fucking get you. We'll fuck your world up. But cho for cho. I hate that he's right next to me right there. Hell yeah, I bet you will. I bet you will. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Yeah. Fuck around, find out. Get put on that fucking. Get put on that. Get put on that dark level. That G2K dark level. That where I lost the train of thought. Damn. Anyway, I'm sure it was good. Yeah, I hope for the same thing. Dot underscore says hi, babe. Babe. Dot underscore says hi.
Oh, hi, Dot. How are you?
Heard what song? The help song you requested? Not the Beatles help song. I'm confused. Oh, fuck around, find out. Oh yeah, what was it about that? Yeah. You get put on that level, you know, fuck around and find out, and then there's that fuck around, find out, make your last mistake level. Like that's what's gonna happen if you fuck around and want to find out. You'll make your last mistake, right, Dark? All right, well, thanks for coming and saying hi, Doc. Don't be a stranger. Anthony, what was his name? What's his name? Fuck. Anthony Coltrane. Fuck. Brian Martin. Fuck around, find out. Confuddled you must be. Make your last mistake. MYLM, that's how I'm living my life now. Make your last mistake. Did you say steak? Well, it looks like it's down to you and me there, Dark. Is there we should go troll somewhere. Dark, let's go troll somewhere. Who should we go troll, Dark? Yeah, I used a lot of music to get through shit. Other places, Saturday night, you know? No requirements to be here. That's why that banner's up there, you know? If you were here, just know I appreciate you. For real. Other channels, you know, it's Saturday nights aren't easy, but you know. Yeah. Fuck them, Dark says. Dark says, let's troll where everybody else went. Okay. You know where that's at, Dark? Do you know where everybody went? Fuck. You don't know where they went, babe. I know, babe. I'll be right back. Be right back, okay? I was just talking to the channel.
Yeah. Now I got an echo. Yes. I love it. It's like me talking to myself, talking to myself, talking to myself. Talk to myself. Yeah, let's go stream. Let's go troll him. Let's go troll Drew. Let's go troll Drew. That's what we're doing. And thank you for being here, Dark. I think I fixed it. I fixed it. Well, maybe I'll be back on later after I get done trolling Drews. I'm not really sure how to troll, but I'm gonna give my shot. Laters.